What if the person you ignore today is the one who could change your life tomorrow? This is a story about patience, failure, and quiet success. Every weekday morning at exactly 5:15 a.m., a man named Thomas Reed unlocked the back door of a large office building in Chicago. The city was still dark. Most people were asleep, but Thomas was already working. He pushed a cleaning cart down long hallways, mopping floors, emptying trash cans, and wiping fingerprints off glass doors. No one noticed him. When employees arrived later in the morning, they walked past freshly cleaned floors without thinking about who cleaned them. To them, Thomas was invisible. But Thomas had not always lived this life. 20 years earlier, Thomas was full of dreams. He was ambitious and confident. He believed hard work always guaranteed success. He started a small construction business with a friend. At first, things went well. They landed contracts, money came in, and the future looked bright. Then the economy slowed. Clients stopped paying. Bills piled up. His business partner left. The company collapsed. Thomas lost everything: his business, his savings, and eventually his confidence. Worst of all, he felt like he had disappointed his family. When he took a janitor job, he didn't tell anyone at first. He felt ashamed. Years passed. Thomas became known as the quiet cleaner. He never complained, never rushed, and never missed a day. People barely knew his name. Some employees talked loudly on their phones while he cleaned. Others stepped over his mop without saying "excuse me." Thomas noticed everything but said nothing. Instead, he observed. He listened to conversations about business deals, office politics, and leadership mistakes. At night, during breaks, Thomas read books. Books about money, discipline, leadership, and rebuilding after failure. He told himself, "This job is not my identity. It is my classroom." One evening, Thomas noticed a young woman sitting alone in the lobby. Her name was Emily. She usually looked confident and energetic, but tonight her eyes were red and her shoulders slumped. "Everything okay?" Thomas asked gently. Emily let out a tired laugh. "I just got blamed for a project failure," she said. "My boss said I'm not leadership material." Thomas nodded slowly. "I've heard that sentence before," he said. Emily looked surprised. "You?" "More times than I can count," Thomas replied. They talked for a few minutes. Thomas didn't give advice. He just listened. Before leaving, he said one thing: "Don't let one season define your whole life." Emily thanked him, unsure why his words felt so heavy and hopeful at the same time. Months passed. Thomas kept cleaning, kept studying, kept saving every extra dollar. On weekends, he started repairing office equipment for small businesses. No big announcements, no social media posts, just quiet consistency. Slowly, clients came, then more clients. He reinvested every dollar and avoided the mistakes that once destroyed him. One morning, the building manager called an emergency meeting. The maintenance company had suddenly quit, and the building faced shutdown. People panicked. Then someone mentioned Thomas. "He fixes things," Emily said. "I've seen him work." For the first time in 15 years, Thomas was invited into the conference room. Still wearing his janitor uniform, he calmly explained a solution. Not only could he fix the problem, but he could manage the entire operation. The room fell silent. Then the manager nodded. That week, Thomas signed his first major contract. Within 2 years, Thomas owned a licensed maintenance company serving multiple buildings across the city. People who once walked past him now stood up when he entered the room. But Thomas never forgot being invisible. He still arrived early. He still listened more than he spoke. When Emily was promoted to director, she thanked Thomas publicly. "You taught me that failure is not a label," she said. "It's a lesson." Thomas smiled. This story teaches us something powerful. Never underestimate someone because of their position. And never give up on yourself because of a setback. Success is often quiet. Growth is often invisible. And the strongest people are usually rebuilding in silence. Where you are today is not where you will stay forever.